Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here at Woodloch in Pennsylvania. And Woodloch, I'm saying Woodloch, but they have three resorts here, and I'm staying at the lodge at Woodloch, which is a wonderful property. And we're here actually at the Pines at Woodloch, and I'm here with the owners and family owners, actually. They've owned this thing. We're going to talk about that. It's Bradley Keisendale, who's the president and CEO, and Brooke James, who is your sister,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Who is the vice president of sales, marketing, and hospitality. We're going to talk a little bit about this amazing property because I can't get my arms around it. I was only here for a couple of days, and I could be here for days on end. There's so much to do and see. But it's been an amazing experience in the short time I've had here. But we're going to tell you all about that and more on Insider Travel Report. First of all, thank you for hosting me. It's been a great one day. But so this is a family-owned resort. And since when you were telling me when it first started, and tell me a bit about the history, both of you, I guess, about what you saw.
Sure. 1958, grandparents moved from Long Island, New York, was their roots. They were kind of a baby boom. They were World War II. Grew up in Long Island. My grandfather was in the Navy. After that, he came back, worked a little bit, and decided he wanted to do something where the whole family could work together, and found an advertisement. Well, let me take one step back, if I can. My grandmother used to actually vacation where we are today.
In the Poconos, right?
On this lake. She had a friend who was on this lake, and they would come and spend summers here for a week or two and have a little experience. When she was later in high school and they were dating, they came up here once, and at that time, my grandfather said, well, what a beautiful spot. Someday we'll come back here when our life is changed. As I said, went to war, thankfully made it back, was doing multiple jobs on Long Island, but wanted to work together. So he said, let's get into the hospitality business somewhere. And the New York Times found an advertisement for a small boarding house in the Poconos. Unbeknownst
back when it was print and you saw the advertisement in the Times, right?
Right.
So
absolutely.
And you neither one of you were alive at that time.
No, we were not. And it turned out when he made the call for that advertisement, it was on the very lake that they had come to and made that promise. So fate was involved in the process of landing here, and they purchased Woodloch in 1958, and it was really just a boarding house, 30 people. It was a full house for us at that time, Memorial Day to Labor Day. It was $6 a day to stay and have your 3 square meals.
You still have that rate today, right?
Yeah, exactly. But that's the humble beginnings where it all came out of, and
this, in fact, that structure is still part of this, the Pines here, which is your family resort. And now I want to talk a little bit about the differences. You have 3 major properties here, and a lot of other stuff. But talk a little bit in turn. I'll ask you. First of all, this one was the original, the Pines at Woodloch. What is this property for, and what is it all about?
This is really our main property, which we like to call it because it's where it all started. It's really based on family resort is what we like to say. It's the Pines at Family Resort at Woodloch. So it all started with family, bringing your family, and then reunions, and that turned into some corporate groups and weddings and school groups. So we really cover all bases here. But the base of it is a family resort.
Yeah, it's very much, and we'll talk a little bit about the activities. And then you decided you have the golf sort of resort, which is the Springs at Woodloch. When was that built?
It opened in 1992. As Woodloch grew over the years from 1958, so obviously golf industry was really taking off, and most full-scale resorts at that time had a golf course. So it kind of led us down the path of exploring, building it. In the midst of building that, we kind of got into the real estate and some of the construction components and development side of that. But so that opened in 1992. And obviously that gives another element for people who are looking to come, and within Woodloch Springs, it's guest homes.
Guest homes. So these are homes that are purchased, and then you can rent them out during the course of the year, and travel advisors can book them, right?
Correct. Yep.
So,
Yep.
and then what's the golf course? It's a 118-hole golf course. Everybody tells me it's a great golf
Yeah,
course.
it is a great golf course. I mean, listen, one of the greatest gifts we have is our natural surroundings between the mountains and the waterways and all this stuff. So the golf course really plays into that natural challenges as well as beauty as you walk around.
For my golfing ability, I would need about 20 golf balls because I think they'd be off into I'm a good golfer in theory, put it that way. But yeah, that would be a tough one for me. Now, then, of course, the final property and the one I'm staying at, which is absolutely lovely. It's just, it's amazing. It's the one that suddenly you're getting known for, is the lodge at Woodloch. And tell me a little bit about that concept and when it started.
Yeah, we're celebrating 20 years of the lodge this year. It's a luxury spa property, destination spa. So there's not just spa to do there, as you know. There are activities all throughout the day, everything from bread making to art classes to nature walks. It's a really serene, beautiful property, only 55 guest rooms, so it's smaller, more boutique style hotel that people have really been able to come from the city and those kinds of areas and come and really relax and unwind.
And this is only for adults, right? This one,
16 or older, yeah.
And so your courses are, it's kind of like I walked past, there was a painting for people, and I look, oh, well, I could bring my 4-year-old here.
Right.
No, that's not going to work. And then I also had, as I was walking around the property, I said, what is that huge structure then? I said, wait a minute, that's the spa.
Right.
And the spa is almost as big as the entire property, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And I think, not a lot like the golf course, the spa came out of, travel changes and how spas really came onto the scene, and it was something people were looking for. It really started with the concept of adding a spa building on the resort property, but then it expanded with the number of people we were working with and the other ownership for the spa, the other family partners who had been coming to Woodloch for a long time that are partnered with that. And it grew into it. Opened in 2006, a bumpy time, 2008, and that for luxury properties.
Yeah, I know, that was
and it really, has been able to turn around and really be the crown jewel of what we have here in terms of experiences. And it's really about introspection and kind of awakening and finding your pathway to your peace. And sometimes that could be by yourself. Sometimes that could be with a significant other, a loved one, or a group of friends. It's
a few girls getaways to this, but that's they were either checking in or checking out.
Popular.
That. Now that property is just, and the spa, is amazing. How many? It's like 15 treatment rooms. It's a very large.
29.
29. Okay, 29. I thought I was trying to ask how many, but that's a lot for a spa of that size. Of course, can you stay at the Pines and also go over and have spa treatments there?
Yeah, you don't have direct access to all the facilities, but certainly we encourage people to get a treatment while they're here, and then they can enjoy the retreat area for a period before and after, and the waterfall pool and all those kind of things can be a part of it. Obviously, we want to maintain the integrity of that, so with having 1,000 people at the family resort, we can't have them all over at the lodge at the same time, but certainly they have preferred access so they can book in advance and do some of those things, benefits that somebody who isn't staying at a Woodloch property could. So it's a great synergy, and we find a lot of our guests that stay at the spa wind up coming over here for family travel, and then people with family travel go to the lodge.
You have multi-gen groups, and you can kind of split the time, and so the parents or the grandparents can be over at the lodge, and the rest of the family can be here, right?
And for us, the lodge guests are fully entitled to come over to utilize the resort Pines property activities. So if they're at a destination spa and they decide they want to go karting or bumper cars or bumper boats or go into the nightclub and see our evening shows, those are options that you don't have typically when you're staying in a destination spa.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about, because I came over here and I took a little tour around all the activities you can do, and I was saying, I know about the spa, but what I didn't know about was those, like the go-karts, the bumper boats, the rock climbing. Tell me a little bit about the other things you can do here.
Yeah, we have we say we have about 35 activities daily that are always available to the guests to partake in. So like you mentioned, go-karts, bumper cars, climbing wall, kids zone areas for the little kids. Our pool is wonderful, and there's a whole splash zone area, a water slide there now to do for winter or summer. We have outdoor pool. The lake is beautiful this time of year. I kind
of looked at it. It looks like a summer camp for adults and families, essentially, not just one. And my daughter has actually run summer camps, so it looked very familiar to me. So it looked like a great place. And although I will tell you that I like the lodge so much that that's probably where I would soon come over here, right?
Yeah, the nighttime entertainment is really unique to Woodloch as well. We have everything from variety acts to a Broadway-style show at night. and live bands, and so there's a lot of entertaining things at night that sometimes our lodge guests do like to come over for because it's nighttime entertainment for them.
Now, what would you tell travel advisors who are looking to sell this property, because it seems so diverse and so many different markets? I mean, and I got to know it initially. I knew it before as a family property, and then more recently as, with the spa. And I was on a spa panel in New York for our wellness, and I was on with some of your people, and they told me all about this, and I said, okay, I got to take a look at this.
Sure.
But what would you tell advisors about the diversity of offerings that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's making sure you identify what they're looking for, because expectations are really key, because they are quite different. We believe the hospitality is the same wherever you go, and that's been our heart. That's been our difference as a family-owned entity. That's really been the difference. The staff, we have over 1,300 employees working throughout the properties, and they deliver the hospitality.
You need it. This is how many acres is this?
Yeah, we have about 1,800 acres under our control between the communities and whatnot. So
you have your own gas station. I heard
Yeah,
that.
we need that at this point, right?
We kind of are our own little city, if you will. We kind of keep everything that we need here, because in our rural nature, we need to make sure we self-sustain. But I think, if you're booking Woodloch, it's important to understand what the people are looking for from an experiential standpoint. The family resort is high energy. It's really, you're going to have, it's not lines, but you're going to have a crowd. You're going to have that energy of people around and kids running and laughing and noise. The lodge offers that more serene experience and natural beauty and chance to kind of, like I said before, kind of have your own time to figure out what you want, or just go for a peaceful walk. And Woodloch Springs gives you that golf community. The houses gives you the opportunity to have, again,
there's a lot of bedrooms in those houses. That would be a good place if you're going to bring a family and everybody together, right?
Very popular,
so these are the different kind of diverse offerings you can have here. Although I got to tell you, the lodge is so serene and so peaceful. And I went for a small walk as much as I could around towards the lake and down there. It's a total different experience from over here. So long as you get like 3 experiences in one, right?
Yeah, you always have the option. And like we said before, there's guests that come to the lodge and come back here with their family, guests that come here with their family and go back to the lodge by themselves as adults. So it's a really good.
And you have I hear you have pretty high repeat factor.
Yes, we have,
almost 60% here at the resort and about 50% at the lodge. And I think one of it, listen, you can't beat location. We were very fortunate when our grandparents found this spot that, you're really, 100 miles from New York City, and you're 2.5 hours from Philadelphia, and you're about 4 hours from Boston. So when you make this drive, it's transformative in itself. Leaving the city and you come here, it's very different.
Your family could have gone up and discovered something in the Catskills, or gone out to the Hamptons, right? That didn't happen. You came out here to the Poconos, right?
Yeah, and it was the best place to be. So
absolutely, it's a beautiful place. It's one of the rare times I've been out here, and I've heard this one is really the place to go. if you want to come. Now, is there anything else you want to tell our travel advisors about Woodloch today?
Yeah, I think one of the things is always to remember is, lots of time Poconos people think of only certain times a year. I think we are year-round, busy all the time. Certainly the Pines, we have activities that happen focused on season. We do haunted walks. We do Festival of Lights for the holiday and Christmas season. We do, so year-round we have experiences for people to travel. Obviously the lodge with the destination spa, you can do that anytime. The building is large enough where you feel that, but we still have our whole outdoor component activities take place during that time for give people the snowshoeing or doing those kind of things. So, not to pigeonhole us, I think is important to like a certain time of year. It's a 4 seasons out of the year, there's great opportunities and experiences that can be had. Golf course is a little tough in the winter, but beyond that, that's it.
Winter golf, nothing like it. Anything else you want to tell travelers?
I think just in general, like we keep saying, we have something from 2 to 92. Every age group we cover. Anything you're looking for, we can curtail to exactly what your needs are and make you have a great time at Woodloch. So
absolutely, and of course you got that special thing that you are a family-owned. This doesn't happen anymore.
No.
A family-owned resort since 1958. And you're still here. You're still expanding. I mean, it's like the Woodloch Empire or something, right?
It's a true American dream. That's what we say about our grandparents. There's actually 5 of us in our 3rd generation, and we just had a member, the oldest member of the 4th generation, after graduating college and working outside, just came back into business as well. So we're very blessed.
Very unique.
And that is the challenge to get. You obviously, the 2 of you were very interested in retaining this and really love doing it. I can tell that you're very enthusiastic about this. So if you're looking for an incredible experience, just couple hours outside of New York. If you get people can come in, they can fly in to JFK. It's not that far.
Yeah.
It's as I said, about roughly 2 hours and 15 minutes it took. That's what it took me.
Yeah.
And that was on a rainy day. But again, it's really fantastic to be here, and I want to thank you for inviting me and giving me a little exposure to what you do here.
Of course. Thank you for coming, staying. We hope to see you again soon at this property next time.
This property, and then where is what's the website that you got?
It's woodloch.com. We'll take you to kind of the Pines one, and then it's the lodge at woodloch.com for the lodge property. And we're actually working on rebranding so everybody understands what all those pieces are as well, which is
well, that's it, and that's why one of the reasons I think it's glad I'm here is to understand all the pieces. And they said, "Do you just want a tour of the lodge?" I said, "No, I want to see all of the property." And then I got, "Oh, you mean you have paintball or whatever it is?" I mean, that's endless number of activities, and you can really do it all year round. Again, thank you so much, and really good luck with the rest of all the plans you have for the resort.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
Pleasure sharing our hospitality with you, James. Thanks.
You.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.